Whoa, dude! Botswana! Gosh! Oh, papagena! Potenti na poca!
This is the cinemas! Have some respect!
Ma che le cuore mupi! Si tratta! Hush! Tomato! Look at you!
You again!
No! Milano, papadan, okay. Wow! Shish! Pure bacca la macchina!
That's it, buddy! You're out of here!
No! Oh, les moupis! Papi! Stopa! Macarena, shush!
That's enough, fella! Move that ticket!
Les moupis! Bello back prize! Po! Potato!
Oh, well, if it isn't Mr. Peanut again. Out you go! They do not pay me enough to deal with this baloney. Get up! Get out!
Oh, c'est les pouillards! Bayou pudding! Oh, shh! Choucha! Snifa, les potes! Snip, chat! Stopa, la macarena! Bow! Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Talks Too Much.
Oh, la potaine.
Hello! Time to go, Gabby Goose.
Right there! Everybody in the city gets a shot at being sharp live on my stage! No!
Don't you look so worried, face? I've got one for you.
Time to put your walking boots on.
Okay. Wow! shush!
Well, good evening and welcome to another Scout Model Ninja. Tonight we will be starting on the Mortis engine from Age of Sigma, Mortal Realms Artworks. Now, funny enough, there's a certain other person, he's getting one now. But I forgot all about the fact that, in a way, Mortal, the Artworks was a bit cheeky. Because with every other model you get from them, you get bases with them. Now, for these two, you don't actually get bases until a separate issue. So, I've had to order him that one as well. So, that's alright. He only needs to get another 74. And you have the whole collection as well. Not that I ever encourage him or push him into doing this sort of thing. He just enjoys me spending his money for him. So yes, it's quite a bit on the Mortis engine, as you can see, all primed up, ready to go. A couple of little bits that will need touching up when I've done the when I've taken them off the sprue and that lot. So the fun part will be that. So this week, what have I been up to? Not a lot really. All I've done is built this. He's known as a Cataphren Destroyer, if I remember rightly. So, and I got all that all completed during the week. So I thought, well, I only got him last week. I think it took me about 3 days altogether to paint him up and weather him. And the base, that's all been done with proper stone, where he's actually running onto it here. And the other little bits of stone on the floor, they're all done with real stone. And yeah, it was a fun little project. Just got another 2 to build as well. For them ones. And that's about it, other than the Shackleton. That's had its second coat. And it's ready to have the, well, once I've actually painted inside this section and that part as well, and underneath the wings, underneath the flaps. I think, oh, I've got the underside second coat to go on this wing yet. Forgot about that. And the tail. Scraped a bit. But yeah, so a few little bits of touching up to do on that, but that's coming on quite nicely now. So we haven't touched it for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks I think it is. So I've got the engine, one of the engine pods done, and the second engine pod's near enough sorted. So we'll go into chat and see who's about. I'm going to the top, and we've got Marcus running first of all, saying evening Ross and all in chat. Good evening Marcus. That's another thing as well. I do have another addition to the stash from my co-presenter on Saturday. He obviously thinks I don't build enough Shackleton. And then we've got David from Sprue and Gluing saying, Ross, I think that's supposed to be hi, but he's got I. Hi Ross, Christine, Marcus and chat. And then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Marcus and David. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Art saying, evening Ross. Good evening Jacqueline, welcome to the stream. And good evening David, welcome to the stream. Then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Jackie and Kevin. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Art saying hi to Marcus, David and Korra. Then David's saying hi to Jackie and Kevin. So good evening Kevin as well. Then we've got Marcus saying hi to David, Korra and Jacqueline. And then it's just me saying good evening to everyone. And then we've got JC Bricks and Builds him saying evening Ross and everyone in chat. Good evening James and welcome to the stream. Then we've got Sprue saying hi to JC. And then we've got Marcus saying hi to Dane, hi to James. And then Marcus replying to the fact that I said he's got another 74 issues to buy, which is needs to go 74. Fair enough. You can do it. You know you want to. And then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to James. And then we've got Graham McCorbett. Good evening, mate. Hope you're feeling better now. And nice to see you back on the old Tinterweb. He's saying hi, Ross and Chatland. Then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Graham. And Marcus saying hi to Graham. David saying hi to Graham. And you got Graham saying hi to Korra, David, and Marcus. And you got David correcting himself by saying hi, Ross. There we go. With an H. And then we've got Skull Model Museum. Good evening, Muse. Welcome to the stream. She's saying, hey, I'll be back soon picking my son up from work. Have fun. And then we've got Korra Pink saying hi to Muse, and Marcus saying hi to Muse, and we've got David saying hi to Muse. And then you've got Graham saying, we'll explain if you're in 24/7 chat. I'm not good. Oh dear. Well, at least you're back on Tinder and we know you're actually still live and kicking, basically. So there we go. So let's see. I suppose I ought to really do something, hadn't I? We'll change down to Macam. And there we go, a pile of sprue. We'll put you down a bit more. That's probably because it's, yeah, that's going to be, yeah, that would be right. We've got a bit squeefy. Because I put the camera the wrong way around, that's all. Doesn't help, I've got the other tablet shut on it. There we go. Come here. We'll turn around a bit. Get you out of the way. And then I can lift it up. There we go. That's a bit better. You see what a pile of sprue is now. There we go. Okay. You got Sprunger saying I can't get that thing to work for me. What's that? 24/7. Well, that's strange. I mean, I'll try giving you a bell later on, David. When I finished, we'll see if we can sort it out for you. Are you sure you got the right access code or the right meeting number? Because Jackie does have a habit of giving the wrong numbers or mixed up numbers occasionally. And Kevin can be absolutely attest to that as well. She even wrote it down wrong for him once when I was trying to get him on sorted out on it. So we'll just grab a sprue for a minute, I suppose, and work on from there. So it's basically going to be like I did with the not the code or the number. Yeah. Ah, that's true. You might need to update your Zoom because there's been a number of updates since. So what I'm going to do now is, because I'll be treating it a lot like when I did the Celestial Hurricane, I'll be doing a lot of it in parts because it's a lot easier to do that way. Yeah, and there is quite a bit of it in bits to do. So yeah, methinks well, she's fairly well endowed. You got Graham saying hi to JC Rickson and hope you're well, mate. And then you got Cam was freezing all the time. Audio would only work in bound. Yeah, it might be some of your drivers, something that might need updating on it, mate. by the sounds of it. Ooh. There, cushions. There's something there. God knows what that's supposed to be. Well, normally these would be fairly bland, I think. I don't know if I've actually got the painting instructions out for this one. No, I haven't. Because when it's painted, I'll see if I can find it. I've got the folder here. Just move them. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's a sneak preview of what's coming up next. Oh, that's not what I want. It's these parts I want. As you can see, I'm well organised as per usual. Yeah, if you're getting that also, yeah, James is right on that one. You could be having too many other windows open. That can sometimes slow you down a bit. Ah, there it is. Yep, that's the one. So I generally use this as a sort of guide to how I'm going to paint certain parts in it. So what I'm going to do is take them out, because there's quite a few instructions for this one, believe it or not. There we go. That's so we've got banshees and everything all mixed up onto one thing, and to me it looks a bit bland when they're sort of the way they're painted it. So I will be putting my own little twist to it. So yeah, basically I've got quite a few of these left to build yet. Probably somewhere along the lines of about 180 figures left to build. Missing, I think, about 6 issues now. Oh, so because I should be able to show you what it looks like then. There we go. So that's what it's supposed to look like at the end. Near enough. Now, some things of it I will do, like the throne and everything, and the flaming skulls. I will try and replicate something like that on it. So, but all these I'll be doing, making the shield stand out a bit more by actually painting the wood effect into it, and then just basically highlighting the ghostral spectrum coming off of it. And then like the lances and everything like that, and the sword, I'll be making them more substantial. The banshees, I'll give them the corsets a coat of colour, and the sword as well on them, and that lot, their armour and everything. So that's what I'm going to try and do and see how it turns out. Well, there's quite a bit of different instructions on this one. So yeah, I will be sort of sticking to parts of it, I suppose, in a way, and then using some ideas from it 'Cause it's like yeah, most of the stonework and everything, and the candles and stuff like that I'll be doing. So we'll see anyway and see how it turns out. So we will make a start, as I say. Roses on this one. Oh. So we want, where is it? There, not there. Not there. Not on that one. Not on that one. Not on that one. Not on that one. And there it is, right at the bottom. Sod law. So we're going to just start off with this piece. Off you jump. There we go. So it's got some little turn thing in it. And I don't really want to cover that, because I want to do something with it. I've got some X-ray flame, which we found out later on from Muse that it actually does glow in the dark. So basically I'll be using, for the spectral figures, I will actually use the X-ray flame on that. It just means I've got to do a lot of mixing again. Yeah, gonna need a bit of a stirry up. Sorry, that's Tesseract glow. Done. That's the one that glows in the dark anyway. X-ray flame is, yeah, that's that one, just standard green. But you are supposed to use the Nalak oxide to sort of like paint it, or there's Night Haunt Gloom. You can use the two different colours. I've mainly gone most of the time with that one, because that's what came with the set, and I think the Night Haunt Gloom's near enough exactly the same colour. But yeah, for sort of like the flames and everything like that comes off it, we will be using a mixture of that and the other one, I think. So I want Mechanicus Grey first. Now I can't remember if I put it down here, because I was using it the other day. Did I put it back? Oh, look, that's blue. Yeah, that's the Night Haunt Room. It's a bit darker. It's more of a bluey colour as well. So I'm not overly keen on that. Where are you? It's really blue down here. It's the problem when you're having too many paints on your bench at one time. Where's my Mechanicus Grey? Right. It's on here. So I used it on the Sentinel base. Bleeding typical this is, isn't it? Whenever you want something, you can never find it. Ah, there it is. Found it. Might have to get another one out soon. No, nothing left for this piece. So, not you. Not you. So, I'm going to try and not cover the wax part, so they don't. And it's mainly because the colours I use for the wax, or the old candle sort of thing, doesn't like painting over grey. It's a light, almost a whitish colour, a bone white. So what have we all been up to this week? Anything good? And what we got on our benches this week? Looks like Kevin's on about his football again. You got, looks like Graham's off. Just something in. You got Graham McCourt saying, "I'm off. Catch you, cheeky lot, later in 24/7." Well, I'll see you, mate. Take care. David's saying, "I'll be offline soon, spending time with Dave." And he's also saying bye to Graham. And Kevin Stevens saying, "David, you were gaming at the same time as trying to get into the hangout. Gaming uses more memory at the time, so it will slow your internet connection down. Myself and Jackie could hear you." Oh, okay. That won't help. Definitely not, because that's also taken over your camera as well. The memory for that. Saying hi to Marcus and James and David and Korra. And then Marcus is saying who played. Yeah, it was Hungary playing England, wasn't it? And it was a very, very poor turnout. Yeah, but we did do right in the cricket though. We did win that. May not have won the football, but we won the cricket. And we've got James saying PMG Kevin, mate. And then Marcus saying, "Oh dear, big loss, lol." Yeah. I was saying Shaq is still on the desk. No progress since Saturday to try and catch up. Busy. You'll get there, lad. I'm sure you will. I'll just put my brush like this. Oh, this brush is getting a bit worn out. Yeah, it's there's a head splitting on it, so this will be consigned to the highlighting pile soon. That bit. Now come down this side. Right there, because we've got some sort of stone doors with a padlocks on back here. It's not as bad covering them up with the grey, because they're actually going gold, except for the link points. They'll probably go into lead belcher, probably. It's just a matter of slowly catch a monkey. Ooh. Oh, you can't really see. Can't if I'm too high now. I'm too low. There you go. Should be better for you. Do apologise. I think making that mistake of working too high. I'm so used to bringing it in close to work on it because I'm blind as a bat, actually. That's coming out all right. There's a side bit to do here. I've just got to be a little bit careful going around there because I've got that hourglass type thing in the middle, and I don't want to go onto that because otherwise the hex wraith won't sort of look right because we have dark patches in it a bit too much. So I've got to be really, really careful. Now once I've got this done, I've got the fun part of waiting for it to dry, and then really horrible for some reason. There you are. Oh. That's the one I want. Thump. Now I've just switched over to a 2/0 brush. So I've just got to go in and go around the sides of this without getting too much onto it. So I'm literally just touching the tip of the brush into the paint. And that way I'm not coming up the side of the piece that I don't want to. There we go. This is the fun part I like doing, because it's messing around with mostly detail work. It's one of the reasons why I do like the Age of Sigmar figures. I mean, when they bring out the next magazine, I may even actually do that, get that one as well, because I'm hoping it could be the Imperium set should near enough be finished, I think, by the time they bring that out, or well over halfway anyway. So hopefully, now that work things are slowly improving, Yeah, I mean, Marcus is actually getting one of these as well, because somebody persuaded him to get one. I wouldn't know who that was, like, but somebody did. Because somebody might have actually sent him some pictures of it. He's saying, looks like it's going to be a great build. Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's going to be interesting in a way, because this is the largest Nighthaunt figure that I'll actually be building. And as I said, there's the main character for the Stormcasts. I think it's Lord Celestant Prime, or Celestial Prime, I should say. Big winged version coming off over a load of ribbons. So that should be another interesting build. Now, once again, due to being old, I'm putting it down to I forgot to give out the question for the birthday giveaway, and I will be doing it, and I'll be doing it today. Just got to think of a question now. Because I'll be giving away a Corsair, not Corsair, well, Avenger or something like that. Anyway, I'll show it to you in a minute, because I will remember to do the question with it at some point. It's all Marcus's fault anyway, because he sort of rushed me on Saturday, so that's all his fault, but I forgot. I mean, I could blame James, but he wasn't on at the time. Oh. Ow. Oh, it's the Wildcat, sorry. It's the Tamiya F4F Wildcat. It's in 148. It is an older kit. And as I said, this will be a birthday giveaway. And if you live abroad or in the UK, you can enter this competition. I will, in a way, post it out. But just remember, if you do win it and you live abroad, it may take a bit longer to get to you. Now, as we all know, the Wildcat is a naval fighter. And this one you might have to do a little bit of research for. Now, this one is Squadron VF-22, the actual aircraft from. Now, each aircraft carrier had a squadron number. So, you've got to find out which aircraft carrier was VF-22 on. So there you go. There's your question for you, just to give you to do a bit of research. So if you leave the answer in the comments after this live stream goes to a video format, and you can leave your answers there, and I will pick a random winner. I'll assign each person that's entered a number, and then we'll go for a random number generator and we'll find out who the winner is from that. So that's that one. So now you know it. So that what squadron, or which aircraft carrier during the Second World War did VF-22 squadron serve on? So there you go. Have fun, boys and girls, finding that one. I don't think it's too hard of a question, right? But it may be a bit harder than I normally set them. And we've got Marcus saying, yeah, blame the younger one. Yeah. You may be younger, but you don't look it. Did I say that out loud? And the reason why I'm doing this, I've got missed that bit as well there. Oh, I don't need that just yet. So I've missed doing something. I've missed part of it. There you go. There you go. Oh, so we'll try again. We've got a little bit of a scroll thing here. So I'm not talking a lot at the moment, but this bit is a bit more delicate, so I've just got to concentrate a little bit on this one. Yeah, I missed a little bit there as well. Okay. Oh. We've gone to stonework a little bit. We should be able to go around the edges and touch it up a little bit now. There we go. So that's that now. And then let's do that top bit. So yeah, this one in a way could probably take quite some time to complete, but what I'll do is I'll probably do some work on it while I'm offline, so during the weeks and that lot, just to help push it along, because I tend to get into a zone where I end up doing lots and lots of detail when in theory it shouldn't really need that much. I just like doing it, and I like to be able to see the different parts of it, and with painting them different colours and sort of highlighting parts, you get to see what would normally just be plain. And he's doing the little padlocks at the back here. And again, I'll probably have to just touch up round on the grey a bit. Yeah, it's not true. Just a tiny little bit of touch, it's not much. And there we go. It's actually something I forgot to do before I actually did this part, and that was use the Korra white dry brush over it. So I'm probably going to have to touch the gold up again afterwards, but hey ho, these things happen. So I want, now when I'm doing candles, there is a number of different colours you can use. Now I'll be using Raycash Flesh, or Raykar Flesh, which is that one. It looks like old brownie candles. It's made from fat of the skin and that sort of thing. So I'll be using that on the candles, and then we'll do the wicks in black. Now this I will be dry brushing around the edges on it, just so it sort of shows up. Oops. And then to do the bone that's sticking out, or bones I should say, I will be going over them with Oshpati bone. That way it should make it look a bit better, I think. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a candle there or bone. I think it's a candle anyway. I know that piece is bone. Does look like candle wax down there and there, and a candle there. Yeah, another candle there. There's the wick for it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting doing this one, I think. Interesting and enjoyable, as I say. Now we're using the Ashpati bone on the actual skeletal parts, or what you can call them. It should then differentiate between the bone and the candle a bit. So I noticed it last time when they said I'll use the Raycash Flesh for the bone, I found it sort of dulled it down way too much. And then we've got Michael Naven joined us, saying, sorry I'm late, driving the better half to her doctor. Oh dear, I hope she's well okay, mate. Nice of you to still join in though. I take it you're sat in the either the waiting area or the car park. Out the way. Now I will be coating this with nun oil, and then I'll be going over it with where is it now? Quilla Green Shade. The reason why I want that, because I want like the stone to look as though it's reflecting the spectral glow, so to speak. That's where my smaller brushes come in handy for this. This gives you a bit more control over where you're painting. Also where you're applying paint, so So does anybody have any interest in dinners tonight? And I'll be having spaghetti bolognese when I finish tonight. It's already been cooked by the good lady. We've got Michael knows. We've got Marcus saying hi to Michael, and Michael saying hi to Marcus. That's coming ever slowly. It's the only problem when you're doing this sort of thing. It does take a little while before you really start seeing progress on a piece. And this is one of the reasons why I will be sort of like doing it while I'm off air. I mean, you can see it's quite a bit of detail on it. Let's turn that on a minute. There we go. Don't look as though I've got much done yet, but it's taken me about half an hour to get where I am now with it. And I'll probably end up spending at least another 45 to 50 minutes on it. That wouldn't surprise me. Don't say anything about bringing out more detail on a kit. It does take its toll on time. Yes, I have a bad habit of when I'm painting something, I generally stick my little finger out and use my little finger to hold it. That way you get more control over your brush. Especially when you try to sort of like get it to look right in your mind's eye, so to speak. Nope. Now, as I said, I'll be using this green in here. Now, it doesn't call for it, but I think because it's timepiece and that sort of thing. I'm going to use on it. And then hopefully we'll be able to bring the skull out on the piece as well. Now I'm wanting the skull face that's on the pieces to so just a little bit of a highlight on it. I will go over the bottom and around that top middle section a bit more once that's fully dried out. And that's a new. Good to change colours every so often. Yeah. So okay. Ooh, itchy neck. Nearly got all the candle done, I think. And so-called well melted wax. Wait a minute. See? So yeah, it's I've got a feeling this is not going to be one of the easiest pieces to paint. But then again, I said the same thing about the Celestial Hurricane. And look, so that's all the candles parts done. So now we're going to highlight the you've got Marcus saying belly, just something quick tonight: sausage, chips, peas, beverage, water. Then we got Michael saying he's had a grilled cheese or Welsh rarebit on toast. That's basically what we call cheese on toast in the UK. Welsh rarebit. So a quick sloop. Yeah. Yeah, you may see me sort of wince a few times occasionally tonight. Oh, so I had fun carrying up big sheets of plywood upstairs to lay on a bathroom floor today, and I've pulled me back a bit more. So yeah. Wow. And then we've got Kevin saying we had a quiche salad followed by raspberry ripple ice cream. nice. Well, except for the salad. Ice cream, brilliant. Yeah, can't fault that. But salad, no. Nah. Ain't a rabbit, so therefore wouldn't eat him. Just noticed I've missed a bit of the candle. Well, the wax anyway. There we go. Now, with this, I'm going to try and probably do these centerpieces wood brown. So I'm going to use a Mornfang brown for it. That should hopefully sort of like highlight the bases and the top and the middle of the scroll section. Well, the egg timer, as I call them. Yeah, tomorrow night I might have one of my homemade curries again. Should be good. There's one main reason why I do enjoy making my homemade curries, and that's because nobody else eats them. So I get at least 3 good days of curries, because the longer you leave it, the better it tastes. Okay, so I am going to do the dry brushing of the Korra white next. So we've got all this detail, and we've got the hopefully it will light up the candles just a little bit, because I think they're just, to me, they just feel a bit dark, or too dark, I should say. So, oh, yep, oh. That's a dry. That. Where is my Ashbatty bone? There. There. Oh, that's Kesler flesh. Hogrot hide. It's all the same whenever you want something, it's in the wrong place. That's carbon stone. Look over there. Ah, there he is. Knew he was there somewhere. And then we need Korra white, don't we? That's what I went for in the first place. Not everybody in the world. White scar. There it is. Now this we're going to sort of like sort of dry brush over the stonework. I've got a big one. Small dry brush you've done. I have 2 dry brushes. I think this is the wider one of the 2. Ah, there he is. That's the little fellow I want. do that, and then get me wrapper paper. And hopefully yeah, that's lightening up brown on the wax, and then by the time I go over it with like the Agrax Earthshade, it should just sort of lighten it up. Yeah, I'm not happy with that now. Just have to go over and there we go. So that's now sort of, can't really see it can be other little lighters failed me. I'll have to unplug you from there and move out from underneath there. Do apologise for this, ladies and gentlemen. And then we'll stick that up. There we go. We have a bit more light on the situation now. So as you can see, it's sort of lightened it up a bit more, and time I go over with the Nuln Oil, or sorry, Agrax Earthshade, which will make it a bit dirtier, we'll go over, and then we just go over the bone afterwards by the looks of it. Yeah, the right way. So yeah, so I'm going to use the Ashbashi bone on that to make the bones stand out a bit more. And I've got a piece of metal work on there as well to do. This is what I like about the Warhammer itself, because you can lose hours painting one bit. I know it makes it a bit boring for streaming light, but, and I do apologise for that. Hopefully when we get onto the bigger parts, it'll be a bit more entertaining for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's supposed to be bone there as well. That's it. Ooh. Right. We're just going to make it that piece down to the bone. That bit there. It's going to go right behind there. I'm going to have to touch up that grey a bit. I've just messed it up a bit with the thing, but you can see it's slowly getting there. Move it back a bit more. Now the skull and that's on it, on the actual focus. Yeah, there you go. It does focus in the end. But yeah, it's the face and the skull and the little skull and bones there. I'll be doing that in the Ashbati bone. With three little skulls up on me by the looks of it. Now obviously little head shrinkers as well. So now we're going to need Agirak's Earthy Shade. So we'll go over the wicks afterwards on the candles to highlight them a bit more. Hang on, where are you? Ah, there you are. So basically I'm going to use the Agirak's Earth Shade over near enough everything on this, bar the vases. I'm also going to be going over with a Corella green shade, but mainly over the stonework area. I want it to give it a sort of like a glowy, sort of a greeny tinge to it. And the only way I can do that is by it's all dried off. Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to just go over. Not as much actually, that don't look too bad. Look, that's where we are at the moment. That's with the first case of Agirak's Earth Shade over it. Just like that there. The bones are just you can't really see it on the camera, but they are a slightly different colour even after the Agirak's Earth Shade. Now I want Nude oil, because that's going to go for the candle wicks. Wicks me you. Just highlights which a little bit. There you go. So that's all the little candle wicks. Painted a blackish colour. It will go darker once it's actually dried off, but I'll go over it again afterwards. Okay. Now, what I also want to do is I'm going to go over with some of this, but literally not a lot of it. Just so it sort of tints into the candle. So at night time, when the light's off, this should, in theory, cause the candles to glow when it's in the dark. Which would be a bit different. Yeah. Highlighting the candles up a little bit as well. It's giving them like a fetid green sort of look on it, which I quite like the look of actually. Yeah, it's coming along quite nicely now, I think. We'll see what you think in a minute. What I'm also thinking of doing is actually highlighting the eye sockets on the skull. Not too much. We've made a mistake, Cardinals, in putting it without wiping some of the excess off. I think that looking a bit different. But yeah, I think I'm just going to try and highlight the skull sockets, like so. So yeah, that's where we're up to now. The background as well. So it's I mean, I suppose in a way it's taken me about an hour just to paint that so far. And we've got Edward Leonard joining us saying, oh, anyway, let's go back up again. Missed quite a bit here, I looks at it. Too busy concentrating on what I'm doing there. Dope. Not good, is it? God, blimey. We've got Kevin Stevens saying about Michael getting some ice cream, I think. No, Marcus is saying getting ice cream, I think. Yeah, Marcus said he's getting ice cream. Then you got just right in this warm weather, Michael. Oh dear, am I starting to trend, Marcus? And then Marcus saying that you are, Kevin, and looking good, Ross. Thank you very much. Then we've got Edward Leonard in saying, evening, Ross and chat. Good evening, Edward. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping by. And then we've got Marcus saying hi to Edward, and then Edward saying hi to Marcus. And then we've got Jacqueline Crochet Art saying, okay, I'm off to bed. Speak soon. No night, love. You take care. Have a good night's sleep and have a good day at work tomorrow. And we've got Marcus saying night night to Jackie in. And Edward saying night to Jackie. Saying hi, Jackie, and night, Jackie. And then we've got Kevin saying hi to Edward. And Scalmore Muse saying back finally. Right. Oh, you finally got here. Then we've got Edward Leonard saying, hey, Kevin. And Mark saying, welcome back to Muse. And then Scalmore Muse saying, hi all again. And then Edward saying, hey, you Muse, hugs. And then Edward Leonard saying, lol, Muse, even. And Kevin Stevens saying, hello to Muse. You've got Scalmore Muse saying, now maybe I can actually work on something for FFF's sake. Okay. So what you're working on then, Muse? Or what you're going to be working on, I should say. And we've got Muse saying, hi, Kev. And then JC Ricksville saying, hi, Muse and hugs. And then Edward Leonard saying, hi, to James. You've got JC Ricksville saying, hey to Edward. And Edward's saying, looking good, Ross. Thank you very much. Still a bit more to do on it. But I think I'm going to settle with that idea for the candles. Because they look like greeny, slimy candles now. There's like a little pingy sort of like, as if they're made from sort of like human fat, and they've gone mouldy and moldy, rotting flesh sort of thing. That sort of look. So yeah, quite happy with that so far. Okay. Now, what I do need to do is use the Agrex Earthshade over the skull in front of that part. So that we want to do this in again. It makes the skull stand out a little bit more. That's better. A lot of white to do now. Here we go. So yeah, I'm happier now. A lot happier. It's amazing when you just touch up certain areas that it starts to come together again, and one more coat sometimes can just you got Muse saying fiddling with the ATST still. Ooh. Next you'll be legging it. Okay. Or you'll be on that. So we're finally going to leave that piece as it is. Now there is a base section for this, and it's somewhere in here. Not that bit. Not that bit. Oh, it's there. Dope. Yeah, dope. So yeah, we've got a base for this now. So we may even get two parts stuck together. That would be a novelty. I think there's, yeah, they are supposed to be skulls. That's right. Oh, we can actually take this off of here. Neat. Woohoo. There we go. We'll make sure that fits onto there. Phew. Yeah, I think that's going to look quite good. I think that's upon the base part of the step down from the carriage on the actual front section. So yeah, so now we've got to paint that mechanical standard grey as well. Start off with that because there's a lot of stonework on it. Scalpy. Hopefully we should be able to stick that onto there like so. Hey. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we want the Mechanica Standard Grey again. To start off as the base coat. And then this one we've got roses, skulls, and all sorts of fun little bits there by the looks of it. What do we use that? Reliquary shade? Well, I've got to go over the stonework. When I put it all together, I'll go over the whole thing. All that. So first of all, this. And we've got overgrown roots and everything on this one. I've got to be a bit careful that I don't go into the skulls too much. Even though the opacity will cover it, it just takes a bit more effort. And the general idea is not to put too much effort into it, make it a bit more easier to paint. Got another skull directly behind it. Yep, we have indeed. Now for the roses, I will be using oh, what bloody red is that again? Evil Sun Scarlet, I think it is. Yep, it is indeed. I'll be using that for the roses. It does have a few on it. But I'll be doing on this piece, I'll actually highlight it first. Another skull there. I've got leaves. I'm not too worried about having to cover them because we're using a Vallejo colour to do the leaves. We've got roots growing on this thing, so I have to take care of them as well. That's it. So that's that bit sorted. So, like I said, we're going to go over with the Korrax white again. Give it a couple of minutes to dry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my back's starting to sort of that, and my hands are cramping up as well. Try to hold this thing. I'm very happy with that. But only when you do sort of like things like that with the different added colours to it, and you sort of like end up with a different, completely different effect on it. Mark is saying, can you remind us of the giveaway? I certainly can. This is open to everybody that views my channel. If you leave a comment, and then when it goes to being a video format, I will then message that person and get their address and everything sorted out for them. So yes, this is the giveaway. It is the Grumman F4F Wildcat by Tamiya in 1/48 scale. There is a question to answer, but you'll leave the answer to it, as I said, in the comment section on this video. The prize draw will happen then on Saturday evening, on Saturday show. I'll do it live, so then there can't be any accused of cheating or anything like that. So the question is, VF-22 is the squadron for this aircraft. Now, which aircraft carrier did it serve on during the Second World War? The VF-22 squadron. So you can do some research on it. It does tell you on the box, so there's a little bit of a hint for you. So yeah, just leave the answer in the comments when this turns to a video. And yeah, great little kit, I think. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward one. It's a fair size, you can see. It's a little Wildcat. That's the wingspan for it. It's all sealed up still, so everything's all sealed. And also, there we are. And there's the decal sheet for it. So yeah, so there we go. There you've got the question. Oh, yep, that's right. Ooh. So yeah, good luck to everybody that enters that. I hope you, as I said, anybody that watched this video can enter it. That's why I was going to do this 2 weeks ago. But one, I ended up going down to London, and second one was where I completely forgot, which is all Marcus's fault. So I do apologise for him as well. Actually, I think now we've been going an hour and a half, so I think we'll just get these done quickly. Sorry. Big one, please come in. Don't. This is where I'm dry brushing again, but with the bigger brush this time. Then hopefully we should be able to get this joined to the other piece in a minute. That bit done. Okay. Good job I'm wearing black t-shirt. Got Muse saying she knows about art without looking. Well, some people will, some people won't. So they're going to have to look and do a bit of research as well. So just give a bit of a tease on it. If you've got the box in your that kit in your stash already, then you should know the answer quite easily. So yeah, that's that bit done. Now we've got, as I said, we've got a number of skulls on here. There's actually 3. One's buried underneath the roses in the thorn bush there. Well, looks it. So we're going to do them next, which is with the Ashbati bone. The reason why I mainly use the Ashbati bone for like bones and everything, not just because it's called Ashbati bone, it's just the colour of it. Especially when you go over with the Agrax Earthshade, it gives it that sort of dark stained bone colour. Now I will be doing like I did with the other piece, where I'm going to use the technical colour on it in the eye sockets only. That way it's sort of as I said, like in the night time this stuff glows in the dark, the green, so it should make it look a bit eerie. Two skull dump. Now this one is pretty much buried. We do have part of the skull visible there. Yep, so that's that bit. And then we want the Mornfang brown. It should be, I think. Or is it the other one? Dryad bark, I think I might have. Really darkish brown. Oh, dryad bark. For the roots. So I don't want, I mean, I think, yeah, they just basically go over with Agrax Earthshade with the over colours, but I don't think it would highlight them enough. So, and I don't want to use green because that just means it looks like life, not death, which is what this is supposed to be. Let's see. What's your favourite colour? Use the Ashbati brown. I mean, Ashbati bone. I mean, I do use quite a bit of it, especially with when I did my night haunts. So I think the skeletal arms look better than being just white, which is what they sort of like leave them at. That's me. That just it just doesn't look right. I prefer to have them give them a sort of like an ethereal skeleton sort of look. Okay, I think there's a bit of a root there. There we go, and then the root there. Now there is petals and leaves on this, but I'm going to do them all so like a lighter brown leaves, so they sort of show up, but as if they're dying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Music, it does look good because it's, as I said, that you're right. It does look like aged bone. The only sort of time of life that I want on this is I missed the little roots there. Is the red rose itself. That makes it stand out. Okay, it should be, just to give you an idea what the, it's getting a bit empty. Now I will be going over with this with the rose with the white Agrex Earthshade. That way it sort of like blends it in and makes it look as though it's sort of like semi sort of dying a little bit. A couple of leaves there that I've got to do. Small little rose here. Another rose there. And a couple of leaves come off it. Okay, so then we've just got a couple more leaves that I've just noticed, and some of the roots. First lot of leaves. About one. There we go. We'll go for the leaves. Yep, the music goes, yep, it looks like a stone. Around there. 2 more little leaves there. There we go. That's that bit. Where I just noticed I missed a little bit there. With the root. And there we go. So we now have the base all and that all painted up ready. So now we should do the Agrax Earth shade over it. Oh, that's before a green shade. Don't want that yet. Oh, wrong one. Come on, thank you. There we go. And yeah, before you say anything, I know it's running out, but I do have more in stock, as they say. Now, when I go over with a Korra green shade, I'm going to have to stick to make sure I don't go over the. I suppose I could do it to go over the skulls. It's not really going to make a difference because they're going to look as though they're just going mouldy. So, yeah, we'll give it a go when it's dried. Now, I don't want to use too much on it because I don't want it to be over highlighted. So, now let's get some little clips. I'm not holding it so much. There we go. That's new oil, which we need on the other one as well. That's the one I want. Do. That's kind of right. That's all right, actually. Quite happy with that. Yeah, it looks like a dirty greeny colour now with the Agrax Earth shade underneath it. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it anyway. Diehards probably wouldn't be, but hey ho. It's me. I never stick to normal. Okay, so now that's now. There we go. So that should now. So there we go. That's that all weathered up. Well, that's what it looks like now. Bit wet still, but hey ho. News has gone. What WTF is this normal? Sounds to me kind of boring. Yes, it is very boring. Hence the reason why I do what I want to do. I mean, I did get asked by somebody to show the Celestial Hurricanum again. So I'll do that quickly before I stick that together. I did get it down ready. And that's what I mean by not normal. And that's what I basically spent a lot of time building, and I enjoyed it very, very much. So, yeah. Quite surprised how that came out. I mean, I've never done a piece as much detail as this had taken to do. So, there you go. Yeah. Oh. So, hopefully that should be enough now. Yep, there we go. Sure. Sticky stuff. So we're actually going to get to stick two bits together. There we go. So, looking for the glue part and stuck right in front of me. So, that's what we've done today. And I think if I remember right, this sits at the front of the mortise engine. So, I hope you like it. You make it a bit different, adding their little stamp to it. Let's work out where that actually goes. I'll show you on that bit. Where's the end result one? I think it's this one. Nope. Why is it whenever you want something you can never find it? Oh, there it is. Where does that sit then? Ah, it sits right at the back of the throne type thing. Different. Yeah, it does. So yeah, when you've got the big base piece doing, which I'll probably doing next, is this bit. There's lots of bone and shown, and I think there's actually skulls you can see through there. More skulls down the bottom here. So I will endeavour to try and highlight some of these skulls that have been buried at the back there. So that'll be the next piece anyway that I'm going to be doing. So I'll cut that off now. Got more sort of like detail here, which by the looks of it, show. It's basically saying just paint everything with nickel oxide, I think it is. But yeah, I have done the undercoat that way by painting that white first. See, I do actually look at instructions every so often. Not very often, like, but I do occasionally. Oh, we've got that bit. Ah, there we go. Right, that bit and that bit by the looks of it. Just so you have some ideas. Oh, squeeze me. I apologise, bit of burpage. So yeah, just take these little bits off here, and then I'm gonna call it a night, I think, because oh yeah, it's nearly 11 o'clock. Sorry, 12 o'clock. Blimey. So when that's done, which way did it go round? That way, I think. Not sure actually. Or if to figure this one out a bit, because there's skeletal signs and everything like that goes around the edge. Suppose me out. But yeah, this sits somewhere up here or down there somewhere. I don't know, but it sits somewhere on that staircase, stone or whatever, and skeletal. I've obviously go up that way, I would have thought. But yeah, it sits up there somewhere. So all the stonework's got to be done, and there's roses and skulls all the way along here and vines. So that'd be something else to play with and try and look good with. So that'd be the next task, as they say. I'll leave that to one side a minute. So yeah, that makes room so I can actually get back to the bleeding milk. We've got Mew saying that looks good, Ross. Thank you very much, much appreciated. So I'll go back up to face cam, and there we go. So tonight, as I said, it don't look as though I've got a lot done, but in a way, when you look at what it should be like, what works, Games Workshop have set it out as, I've made mine look a lot different, and I find that that's how I like to do my stuff. I don't like to go and sit and do everything the way Games Workshop does it. I mean, it's like I've added my own on this one. That's supposed to be a different colour completely, a dull colour, so I decided to add that. There's different parts on it that are painted the Runelord brass colour, just to make it look a bit different. A lot of it would have been standard lead Belcher colour or the chrome red, whatever it's called. So yeah, I'd like to change things up and make them look a bit different. Then we've got Edward Leonard saying, looking good, Ross. Thanks for the stream, and night everyone. Well, no night, Edward. Take care. Thank you very much for being here. So I will say night for now. Take care, stay safe, and happy modelling. Bye bye.